I'm Celeste, and this is Celeste Creates. This is my FlossTube channel about cross-stitch and quilting and all the shopping and purchasing involved in supporting both of those habits, which has been quite a lot lately. So welcome. I am so happy that you come back, those of you who are subscribers and who check in every couple of weeks to see what I'm up to. So if you are coming back to my channel, thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. It's just been such a blessing to get to know everybody in this virtual sort of way, but I'm thankful for it nonetheless. And thank you to everybody who's new today, who stopped by my channel, maybe from those who've mentioned me or who just happened upon it in a search. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you will subscribe and come back and join in the fun, because it's all a lot of fun. So today is Thursday, November 5th, and I'm ready to talk about all the fun stuff, so welcome. Life has been busy as ever around here. Last week we had a scheduled week off of school. I did not make it to the beach early in the morning. It was a little too chilly, and my husband wanted to go with me, and I was kind of thinking he wouldn't enjoy it so much. I like being cold, but my husband doesn't. So we will make it soon, because the weather doesn't stay cold here for long, and so well into December it could still be a lovely morning to be at the beach early for the sunrise. So we'll make it down there. We didn't do anything terribly exciting on our week off. Sometimes it's just nice to have some available time to do a few things here and there. Maybe I know my daughter and I went to our favorite antique mall and did some shopping one of the days and had plenty of stitching time, and so we always look forward to those weeks off, and that was our first one after a full 10 weeks of school, and we were really ready for it. So now we're back. We're on to week 11, and we'll do a couple more before we take a break for Thanksgiving, and now the breaks will come a little more frequently until Christmas time, so that's really nice. We've had doctor's appointments for checkups and dentist appointments, and just all the normal life stuff. Today you're getting the hair pulled back version of Celeste, and probably this is what I look like most days. Even if I start the day with my hair down, it's just kind of crazy and unruly and humid here most of the time, and so I get hot or I get tired of it, and I end up pulling it back here. So here we are. So I thought that this video I would start with a few questions. I went back through my comments and looked at a couple things that y'all had asked and thought I'd share those. And so let's get to that. So I have my coffee. I'm ready. First question that I've been asked several times is about my floss tags. Lots of people use floss tags. I'm not breaking any ground here, but I have found a way that I like to make floss tags, and I won't say that I'm not cheap. I don't mind spending money, but sometimes I like to spend money maybe on the stuff that I think really matters to me. So I'd rather buy the fabric and the floss and the patterns than spend money on floss tags. So I kind of found something that works for me, and I really like doing it. So these are my floss tags. This is my DMC from my Consider the Lilies. So this is what it looks like. Everybody gets these binder rings. You can get them at Office Depot, or I've got mine just on Amazon, because pretty much easier just to get everything on Amazon if you can. I'm convinced that if it's not on Amazon, it must not exist. So I buy these, I think they're really just craft, they're nice and strong, but a craft tag, a brown craft gift tag, I think is really what they are. I will put the link below. I think I've added the link in one of my earlier videos, but I'll do it again. And I just buy these off of Amazon. I think they're $100 in a package. really reasonably priced. And then I have a punch. I believe this is a 3/4 inch punch. And I just, when I'm ready to make my floss tags, I give it a punch. So there's where my floss is going to go through. And then I found that I also like to add a, I do a punch at the top with a regular hole punch, just to make this hole a little bit bigger so that it never has any trouble sliding around the rings. And then I write on it with a permanent thin tip marker, whatever the floss is, and that's what I do, and put those on a ring. I have been, actually, I put all my floss on these tags. I don't like the weeks tags, the tags that the weeks floss comes on. They're just kind of fiddly and they bother me. So I put everything on these. I have not converted all my DMC. As I pull a DMC out of my boxes that I've had forever, then I will put it on a floss tag. But pretty much all my floss that has been used or is in use is on one of these. So that's how I do that. And again, I'll put those links below. I had several of you who were liking my project bags that I make. I had said, I think in my last video, that these are probably the bag style. I can make lots of different types, but to me this is the easiest, quickest, and most forgiving one to make, and fun because I can use fat quarters, yardage that I have to put this together really quickly. So it's a very simple bag. It is probably 13 inches square. I forget, I've done a couple different sizes, lined with whatever. And I would be one that would, if I just need a quick bag, then I might even, if I don't have enough of all one fabric, I might do one on the front, one on the back, whatever's in the lining. So have fun with it. You know, I've got plenty of fabric to make coordinating bags, and a lot of fun. Top zipper, and just super simple. And I was asked if I would do a tutorial for these bags, and while there are so many great tutorials for bags out there, I don't mind, and I think in the next couple of weeks I will do a short tutorial on how to make just this very square, plain top zipper bag. And this is kind of funny too. These are like little metal and cardstock key tags, and kind of took them from my husband's realtor stuff. And I've been adding tags to my project bags because I'm really surprised that sometimes I'll look in my basket and be like, what's in that bag? I have no idea what I put in that one. So I added little tags to identify what's in each bag. So another question I had was, how do I attach quilts to the wall, and especially these small ones that I have back here, well, and all over the house. I have small quilts hanging on the wall everywhere, and I have large ones on the wall too, and it really kind of depends. I don't have a big, I've thought of doing a curtain rod or a quilt hanger, but it's just not something I've invested the money in. So for the most part, I hang my quilts one of two ways. I have these really small, short straight pins that I don't know where I got them, actually. I may have just kind of inherited them, but I know you can get them at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or whatever. But they're really short. You can kind of see they're not very long. And I found that for a mini quilt, 2 of these, 1 in each corner just inside the binding, is enough for these quilts. I use these for bigger quilts too, maybe 3 or 4 of them depending on the size of the quilt, and I just don't have a problem hammering into my walls, especially with a small pin. And I found over time that the shorter the pin, the easier it is to put in the wall, and you don't run into as many problems with the pin bending as you hammer it in. So I use these a lot. And then actually the other way, probably I think the way all of these are hung over here, it's not beautiful, but it works, are push pins. Sorry guys, it's not fancy. Yep, white push pins. I remember years ago, I've always loved following Bonnie and Camille, and Camille said she hung her quilts on her wall, her mini quilts, with push pins. I was like, well, gee, if Camille, a big time, you know, pattern writer and fabric designer, can hang her quilts with a push pin, I can too. So I think those are all push pins back here. So not fancy, but that's what I do. If you don't like putting holes in your walls, then there might be others out there who have some other recommendations for ways to do that, but I don't have a problem with it. So push pins and pins to the rescue. I had a question about this finish in one of my previous videos. Someone had asked where the pattern came from, and I, you know, as I've said before, I'm relatively new back into cross stitch, so I don't know if this was in a different book to begin with, but it's called Merry Christmas by Blackbird Designs, and it is, I purchased it as a chart separately, so it's just a 2-page or a cardstock pattern. So you can find this still, Merry Christmas by Blackbird Designs, and yep, so there it is. And let's see, starting a quilt. Somebody asked me, they're good at, you know, they stitch and they do paper piecing, maybe making little English paper pieced hexagons, and she was saying she had a lot of fabric and would like to make a quilt, and asked if I recommended maybe hand piecing a quilt to start with, since she's not as familiar with the machine. She can do machine sewing, she said. So I would say no. I would say if you are at all familiar with your sewing machine, and you can sew a straight line, then I would definitely recommend machine piecing a beginning quilt and doing it that way. And there's really nothing too hard about it. Start with simple squares, some 5-inch squares, or cut yourself some 3-inch squares, 3.5-inch squares, and just start piecing them together. Start simple, sew a straight line, learn how to iron. There's so many good video tutorials out there. Fat Quarter Shop has some amazing starter quilts and blocks. Any of Lori Holt's are, I think, very easy to follow. So if you can sew a straight line, I think you can do it. I did not have much sewing experience when I started 20-ish years ago, and there's definitely, I think you can do it. Now, if you enjoy hand piecing, then more power to you. I would not. I don't think I would enjoy it at all. So let's see, I think I had one more question, and somebody had asked me, it's usually sitting right here on my cutting table, but somebody had asked about this little picture that sits over there, and they weren't sure what it was. This is a little picture that one of my son's friends at college made for me. And this is Saint Faustina. She is the saint of Divine Mercy, and she's my favorite saint. And I just, you know, I love the Divine Mercy chaplet. I love the Jesus and the way he asked her to have this painting done, Jesus Divine Mercy, with the blood and water coming out. It just, my favorite saint. You can read about it and for sure ask me any questions. But so it's over here because that's my little special reminder that she's there, and just gives me that connection with the Lord. And so I love having little things like that around my house. All right, on to projects and cross stitch, and there she is back there. That's where she stays. I have a couple of little finishes to show you. Had a lot of fun stitching, and like I've just made everything the last couple of weeks and it's been a lot of fun. First thing I wanted to show you was a finish I had. I had shown you I'd bought a wool felt kit on Etsy. It was this really cute a pumpkin and a squirrel, simply Eilene. I bought that on Etsy. And I had said I'd done a little bit of wool felt embroidery before, but I hadn't done it in a long time, and thought, well, maybe I'll try it again and see if it's fun, if I still like it. Did I ever like it before? I don't remember. So anyway, I cut and did the stitching and made one of these and finished it and have it hanging on a little tree downstairs. So I just love how that turned out. It was really fun to stitch and put together. I think my little white circle's a little off center, but oh well. So all the felt came in the kit. Used my DMC to stitch with, added some a lace trim hanger. Super cute. Really love it. I'd love to get the squirrel done during November to have those both hanging up to enjoy for the rest of fall before we put out the Christmas decorations. So again, cute little kit. Simply Eilene, and lots of fun, really quick. Enjoyed that a lot. So that's one little finish I had. My second finish I'm really excited about. So I, which isn't common lately for me, I was a very monogamous stitcher last week. I told you we had the week off from school, so I had a little extra time to stitch because I wasn't grading and doing all the stuff. So I knew Liz from ElizabethAnnCanStitch, one of my friends, I knew she was going to be really pushing to get her, to get Rob's stocking done this past week. So I thought, okay, I'm going to push really hard too, and I'm going to work on my midnight watch because I think I can do this. I can have this done by the end of October. The end of the day on Halloween, I can get this done. And don't know if I'd have it finished, but I was like, okay, we're going to get this done during my week off. So I was a terribly monogamous stitcher all of last week. And yet I was enjoying it so much. So I worked every day on Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. And hold on. Here it is, Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. And I had started this back in August and just love it. I think I said before, I'm not a huge Halloween, but this one really was a lot of fun. And so I stitched and stitched. I did not finish it by midnight on October 31st. I was so tired, and I was just stitching away, and every stitch was becoming really hard. So I thought, okay, gotta put it away. I'll finish it tomorrow. So I did. I finished it on November 1st, All Saints Day, so kind of fun too. And at some point I'll hold the picture up here. But I had been on Friday with my daughter, like I said, to her favorite antique mall nearby, and framing or pictures is usually not something I look for when I go, but I think I had said Kim from the Kindred Stitcher, she had really opened my eyes as to looking for not just frames at whatever garage sales or thrift stores or antique places, not just looking for frames, but for looking at frame pieces to see if there was something usable. She says she brings home, frames and keeps them on hand. And what I started thinking was that makes sense, because a lot of times at an antique store there's all kinds of frame pieces on the wall, and they may not be terribly old, but what I started realizing was that this was a great opportunity to find a frame that maybe had been a custom frame piece from 20, 30, 40 years ago that might be an odd size, and that I could, what I call, cannibalize and bring home and take it apart and use it. Because custom frames are really expensive, and I know how to lace. I'm comfortable doing that. I'm sure a professional framer could do it a whole lot better, but for most things I feel really comfortable doing it. And so my eyes were just open as we were going around the antique mall. And I think if you follow me on Instagram at Celeste Creates, you would have seen I came home with a potato masher, a doll bench, and a frame piece. So here it is. long story just to get to this point. So here it is. I finished Midnight Watch on November 1st. I am in love with it. It was such a fun stitch. And then on this this frame I found sorry, I had to take a sneeze break. This frame I found at the antique store, and it was blue, and it had probably like an 80s framed piece in it of a lighthouse, and good shape. Not my style, but good shape. And so I brought it home. It was $10, and I had measured it and thought, I think this will work. So I brought it home, and I took the framed whatever was in it. I took it out, took out the glass, got rid of that. Took the frame, had some black spray paint, and took it out behind the garage and painted the frame. And then I finished my piece and I laced it on some foam core with a little bit of batting underneath. And it is, I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. So I'm super excited. I have a little bit of touch up, I think, to do on some of my stretching. But on the whole, it is done and I'm thrilled. I need to make a trip to Hobby Lobby. I think I have some, mat board or whatever I can put on the back, but I don't have anything to close it off with to hold it in. So I need to make a trip over to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and see about getting that. But there it is. So this is Midnight Watch, and I did this on pause while I check, because I always forget this one, what I stitched it on. This is 36 count vintage beeswax by R&R, and I stitched it with part DMC and part fancy floss. So I used the ginger snap that was called for the moon, because I wanted to see that variegation. I used the blackbird for the cat and any black on the piece. I used right here this gray, and it's down here in the letters as well. I used the I can't remember what the fancy floss was for this. Actually, I could look, couldn't I? So I said this was the Classic Colorworks Ginger Snap. This is Classic Colorworks Blackbird. This gray, and it's down here in the letters, is this is Weeks Charcoal. So I used that one. And then this orange, the shutters, the little buds over here, that is the Gentle Arts Ginger Snap. So two different ginger snaps. And so I used those, and then the rest I just used the DMC because they just didn't make enough, there wasn't enough of them that I felt like the variegation was going to be that important. So there you go. That's my finish. Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. I'm not sure that I can put this one away yet. I know it's technically Halloween looking, but I love it so much. Once I have it done and downstairs, it might have to stay out till Christmas. So next in the lineup is what I've been working on, which for the most part, I mean, if you look at my little calendar, it's like truly only worked on Midnight Watch all last week. So on the ends of that, I've had 2 other projects I worked on, and that's it. So I think when I know about myself that when I realize that, okay, I'm close, I can finish this, I get real focused and tunnel vision, and I can, focus on that one thing and get it done. So the day that I did my last video number 7, I I did start Feast of Friendship. I remember telling you that whole story about people thinking I was stitching it and I wasn't stitching it, but I decided that meant to be that I was supposed to be stitching it. So I ordered all this stuff. So tons of people are actually joining, or as Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts says, we are all Sal Crashers. So definitely a Sal Crasher. And this is one that Lori Holt and Christy from Crosshatch Quilts started together, and they have a hashtag, Lori and Christy and Friends Sal, I believe. I'll put it down below. And tons of people have joined in on this, and it is such a beautiful piece, and it is so much fun to see everybody working on it and where they're working on it in the pattern. Some people are over here, some people are working on the house, so it's really fun. And so yeah, go ahead, crash the Sal, join in. It's a beautiful project, and I'm going to continue working on this one during November. I don't know if we'll get it finished, but we'll keep working. And so this one I only worked on one day, and it was 2 weeks ago on Thursday after I did my FlossTube. I got a little bit of work done on it and truly, truly enjoyed it. I guess this was a day's work. Maybe it was more. It was 2 days work. I started it the day before I did my video. So here it is, Feast of Friendship. This is how much I have done. I haven't worked on it since 2 weeks ago. And I am stitching this on 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R. And I'm using all of the called for threads because they are just too pretty. And what a great excuse to add more beautiful threads to my collection. So Feast of Friendship, loving it. Get back to that house here soon. And so join in, have a lot of fun. All right. Oh, there's my threads. Aren't they beautiful? Gosh, love them. Let's tag. Aren't they beautiful? Look at all those gorgeous colors. The blues, I love blue. They're just beautiful. So super excited to be working on that one. All right. The other thing I've been working on was my long-awaited pattern, and I need to make some more bags. This is a bag from my friend Christy that she gave to me, and I had my midnight watch in it, but because I really didn't have another bag at the moment, I had to put this one in it, and it's not Halloween. So anyway, I was super excited that this came in the mail last Friday. Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, and I don't know how I happened upon it, I think months ago on Instagram, and saw it and thought, that is gorgeous, I have to have it. I texted Christy, she said you can't have it because it's not available. And then I think I saw Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, finish hers, and then I found out that she was going to be releasing the pattern to everyone, and as soon as it was available for pre-order, I got out there and got it ordered. Got the threads I needed that I didn't already have, and I started, I was going to start Sunday after I finished, I was going to finish Midnight Watch on Saturday night, start Winter Rose Manor on Sunday, but I had to finish Midnight Watch on Sunday, and so I didn't start Winter Rose until Monday. Anyway, I've had a couple of days to stitch on this, and it's been such a lot of fun. It is a beautiful, beautiful pattern. So here I went ahead and chose just a floss that a linen that I already had. So this is Winter Moon, just a Zweigart 36 count Winter Moon, and here's how it looks so far. And I'm actually one of the colors I was worried about, because I think they have it on a much darker linen. I think it's even called Brenda's Brew, but I don't know where to get that. But I was worried about this color here which is the roasted marshmallow. But now that I look at it, I'm really seeing that I think it's going to be okay. It's going to show up on this winter moon. And then the only other color I'm a little concerned about, because I want the house to show up pretty in pink. Here's all the threads. Oop. See, I'm so off. I even have a fall floss tag. So here's all my flosses. These are all the called for in the pattern, in the chart. So the one I said I think is working on the winter moon is this. Oh, no. Where'd it go? This is the Gentle Arts Roasted Marshmallow. And it is working. Because I think this will be the urn fence and a couple other things. So that one, I'm pleased with how that's looking. And I feel like if I needed to, I could maybe go just a hair darker and do some backstitch, but I don't think I'm going to need to. The only other one I'm worried about actually is the color of the house. Sometimes when I look at the conch on here, it looks great. Let me fold that over. So but I really want the house to look that pale pink like it does in the picture. So there's the conch on the winter moon. And so it really doesn't look bad. So I'm just going to have to try it when I get to the house. But I also went ahead and ordered a couple of other pale pinks that are in the mail. Just in case it doesn't quite work. It's crazy. In some light, it looks like it's going to be great, and in some, it just doesn't. I don't think it's going to show up. But I'm really loving it so far, and right now when I look at it, it all looks fine. So we'll see. But I love that winter moon. Didn't quite realize that I'm doing Winter Rose Manor on winter moon. So that's been so much fun to work on. That's what I've been working on the past couple of days. And I don't really work on a schedule. And so that one I'll probably keep working on. And I'd like to continue working on Feast of Friendship. And then I have, I didn't bring it up to show. I think I've showed it before. The Autumn Leaves by the Prairie Schooler. I'd like to finish that during November, and I think I can. And then start a few little Christmas things. So we'll see, but right now I'm having fun with this one and plan to keep working on that. Alright, so haul time. I feel like I have been a very monogamous stitcher lately, but not. I've been a little squirrely and out there and kind of wild and crazy with my purchasing lately. Anyway. Figure if I use it, if I make the things and do what I'm supposed to with it and it doesn't just sit, then it's okay, right? Okay, so last week I did have a fun visit with my local friend whom I've known for years. Her name is Chrissy, not Christy, but Chrissy. I have quite a few friends that have very similar names. So she and I got together one afternoon, and we were going to stitch, but really the whole 2 hours was a show and tell and play and talk about linens and talk about floss, and it was so much fun. So she cross-stitched a long time ago and had actually done more cross-stitch than I'd done in the past, and I got her back into it, and we're just having the best time picking stuff out and buying charts, and we live maybe 15 minutes away from each other, so it's kind of fun. Like, do you have this one? No, I don't have that chart. Okay, I'll buy that one. And knowing that we can share and have fun together. So that's been fun to have somebody close by. And so we got together, we had fun, and she had recently, her daughter and my oldest son actually go to the same university up in Kansas, in Atchison Benedictine College. My son has been there. This is his second year there, and this is her daughter's first year. But she'd actually made a trip up there and stopped at Heart's Desire in Wichita because I told her she had to. And so she brought me this haul I didn't purchase myself. She brought me, let me choose a pattern. And so she brought me this little, tiny little pin tuck. I just love this. It is called My Pink Rose. It's a Reward of Merit pin keep. I just love the colors on that. It's so beautiful, by Blackbird Designs. And then, so sweet, she brought me some Lady Dot Creates trim, which I just love that color. This is Mossy, and it's the 7/32 inch wide rick rack. So she bought me that and the little pin, so thank you so much. Can't wait to stitch that. I think that'll definitely be a springtime stitch. Let's see, what else? Okay, I changed out my Halloween table in the front hall, which I don't have a whole lot of Halloween. Most of my house is just fall during this time, and so I changed it out though for more Thanksgiving look, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't have a whole lot, so I've been trying to kind of pull together some Thanksgiving type things. And so I found a chart, and can't show you the other side, but I'll insert a picture here of what it's supposed to look like. This is called, though, Gobble Pillow Tuck, and it is from Country Rustic Primitives, Jenny Hoffman on Etsy. I think her shop now is just Country Rustic. So this is a PDF download, real simple little pattern, so I felt like I could stitch that pretty quickly and add that to my Thanksgiving table. So I got that. Got some a beautiful piece of linen after Chrissy and I met and we talked and everything. I just love this color. I think I bought a piece when I was at Heart's Desire over the summer, and then I ordered one more piece in the mail because it's just so beautiful. Bought this from Spun Sugar Quilts. I have purchased quilt fabric from that shop in the past, and now she started selling cross stitch. And so this is 36 count French Vanilla by R&R. I'm really loving the R&R fabrics right now. That's probably my favorite. So I got that piece of French Vanilla. It's just beautiful. And let's see, I got the Winter Rose Manor pattern, and along with that, I had pre-ordered this one, Mr. Marshmallow. I love snowmen, I love cocoa. That Kermit linen is so much fun, so hopefully I'll get to stitch that one this year. That's a lot of fun. So Mr. Marshmallow by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. Got that. And then I think I saw this. Honestly, I don't remember how I came across this. Oh, yes, I do. One night, I guess I couldn't fall asleep right away, and so I was laying there in bed and found an Etsy shop that, was it the Homespun Samplar? I'll list it below too. But she had bunches, and she had a great selection of samplers, and so I actually just sat there and I paged through all her samplers. And there were quite a few that I hadn't seen before, and one that caught my eye. I was like, wow, how have I never seen this sampler before? So I ordered it. So it is called the Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. I think that is gorgeous. Let me take it out. So it is so pretty. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Those colors are stunning. Super excited about that. So the Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. And I was looking at it. They stitch it, they say either 46 or 40, which I will do neither. So mine will be on 36. It's 193 wide by 273 high, and it calls for an assortment of silks, which I'm not ready to spend the money on the silks for this kind of project. And then they give DMC, which are very pretty. Here's what I've pulled together. I think I'm missing maybe one color, but the DMCs are really lovely. Look at that. That red is beautiful. The pink. Here's a couple that I haven't converted to my floss tags yet. That beautiful pumpkin-y color, gray. It's really pretty. So the DMCs are really beautiful. So I may do DMC. And then maybe the day before or yesterday, I sat down with the DMC colors, and I was kind of trying to find some overdyes that might be fun to substitute. And so I was kind of listing some of those out to see what I had. And as I get a little closer to starting it, I might choose some of those to add as well as the DMC. I don't know yet, because the DMC really are lovely. The pink is beautiful, but I really do love the overdyes. So I don't know, I'll look. Of course there's a temptation to start right away, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make this, as far as I know so far, I'm going to make this my new year, new start. So I'm going to start the Smith Sampler on January 1st of 2021, and so you're welcome to join in. I might come up with a hashtag for it, and but I think this will be my new year, new start, and I think there have been a couple people out there like, oh, I think I'll stitch that too. It's just beautiful. Love the colors. So I got that. Excited about that one. And I don't know who came up with the no chart can travel alone thing, but shame on you, because now no chart can travel alone. So while I was on 123 Stitch ordering that chart, I decided to go ahead and put this one in there because I love it as well. This is a My Big Toe Designs. I had not ordered any of hers yet. Hers, I guess it's a her. I hope it's a her. My Big Toe Designs. A Christian-based company who strives to provide stitchers with a quality yet affordable product. Anyway, it's beautiful. And this is one of my favorite hymns. I surrender all. I love the blues. Blue is my favorite color. All to Jesus I surrender, all to him I freely give. All to thee, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. I will ever love and trust him, in his presence daily live. So one of my very favorite verses from a song, a hymn. So I got that one. Not sure when I'll stitch that up, but it's beautiful. All right. So then the rest of my haul actually has to do with quilting. So let's make a little, we'll make a little transition here to the quilting segment of my video. Okay friends, it is after lunch and I am back to tell you that I lied. We are not moving on to haul involving quilting or the quilting segment, because apparently with the new upload of software for my iPhone, my phone is not happy with the amount of space I have. So it may just be that I have to start dividing up my cross stitch and my quilting. If I have quilting I want to share, because my little old iPhone just won't handle the space and the storage anymore. And so anyway, I'm here to tell you that I want to thank you for watching the cross stitch part, and hopefully this will be followed very quickly by a QuiltyTube video that shows some of my purchases in progress in that area. So sorry guys. And last but not least, I did a giveaway last time, so this kind of has to do with Lori Holt as well. So last time I said that I would do a giveaway if I got to 2,000 subscribers, which I was really close to, so of course I got there. Thank you so much. Crazy that I would have that many people follow, subscribe, watch, comment. So I had told you that I had shown you the mini quilt that I had made for my friend Liz, and I told you that I thought it would be really fun for my giveaway to be a similar mini quilt. And I asked you all to use the word collection in your comment if you wanted to be entered to win, and tell me about your Christmas collection or whatever collection you have that you love. So I got tons of comments. They were so much fun to read. Collections I'd never heard of, dreamed of. It just really, really fun. I loved it. And I have a thread on my shirt, which is not uncommon. Okay. So I loved reading all of your comments. And so I did pick one winner. And here she is. I'll show her comment. So I will get in touch with you. I will comment on your comment, and I will leave my email below. And so what you get to do is choose, this is another of Lori Holt's books, is I will let you choose one of these blocks, and I will make it into a similar mini quilt for you and send that to you for Christmas or before Christmas. So yeah, if you get a hold of me, then we can chat about which one of these you like the best, and I would be thrilled to make that and send it to you. So again, thank you for everybody who entered the drawing and all your fun comments. I will do another drawing soon. So I just want to wish all of you a very happy end of your week. I hope you're having lovely weather that you can enjoy. I know this is a really crazy time with the election that's just finished, and I feel like we're all still waiting. I know we're praying, and that God's will be done. And I put this on Instagram the other day that God has just been showing me different scripture verses that remind me that no matter what, that God is sovereign. He is on his throne. He is in control of everything. And no matter what, in the end, he wins. Jesus Christ, our King, wins. And I take great confidence in that. And I pray that you will too. And I just pray for everybody in our country. And no matter what you believe, no matter what you are going through, no matter who you voted for, I pray for you. And I'm just so thankful again that you're here to see what I do and the fun that I have. And I thank you for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple more weeks. Have a blessed couple of weeks. And I'll see you soon.